Alright, good afternoon everybody. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today, right in front of us folks, that is the Aerosoft CRJ-700ER, even though we're not going to be doing anything ER with it today. Just normal United Express operations, everybody. First leg taking us from Rochester, New York, down to Newark, New Jersey. Should be a good one. From there, heading on from Newark to Providence, which is actually my hometown local airport. So should be fun. Looking forward to this one indeed. Always love flying the CRJ. It's just such a easy airplane to fly. Never really gives me any trouble, so always look forward to flying this one whenever I can, for sure. Hoping everybody's having a fantastic start to their week and they had a absolutely wonderful Monday. I know I did. I was able to work from home today, so whenever I'm able to work from home, I absolutely love it. Foot, what's going on? He says 10 p.m. here. Yep, sounds like it, my friend. Darn time zones. It's like I said in the Discord, Nilsku came in and said, oh, it's going to be midnight for me. Yep. That's those time differences, guys. Sorry, I try to work it the best that I can, but, hey, that just means it's a little bit of variety for everybody, right? Thought today was A320 Phoenix? No. Did I accidentally put something wrong in the Discord? Nope, I did not. The Phoenix A320 is Jetstar. That is on Saturday. I save those kind of good ones for Saturdays. Scott, what's going on? How are ya? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. The airplane's completely cold and dark, folks, so we need to get inside here pretty quickly. Hey, Dad, what's going on? Yep, nope. Today is the United Airlines CRJ-700. Should be a fun one. Nothing wrong with this little airplane, guys. It's an absolute rocket ship, although sometimes it can be a little slow when we start to top out of our climb, especially with this route here. This one's only about 40 minutes, so without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump inside the flight deck and just get everything going, shall we? Alright, cold and dark. Nothing but business for in here at the moment. We are going to go ahead and actually come over here. Ground power cart connected, okay. Awesome. Go ahead and get our battery switch on. There you go. You can hear it firing up. We'll get our ground power unit established. There we go. Awesome. Lovely. We're not going to be able to have our air conditioner on yet or anything like that, seeming as we don't have any air hooked up to the airplane, but that's no big deal. We'll get our nav lights on for now. We can go ahead and get our overhead lights on, seeming as it's going to be getting dark here shortly. We'll get our no smoking sign over to auto. We will arm our emergency exit lights as well. Anything else I can think to do right off the ripski here as I gaze around our overhead panel? Nope. Not that I can see. Go ahead and give ourselves some more lighting down here. Just get the lighting in the cockpit kind of taken care of now so we're not messing with it later on. You know what I mean. Get the yoke out of the way. There we go. Thank you. Get some lighting on here for us. And same thing, we will come down here, move our armrest, and give ourselves a nice amount of lighting so we can see what we are doing. Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and get the IRSs turned on now. It's coming right on down here and getting those established over... Oop, not the parking brake. Whoopsies. Getting that established over to nav. And then we're going to pop over here to the FMC and just go and get our position established right away. There we go. Awesome. And now we can move over to our flight plan. But remember, everybody, please go ahead and hit the like button on this stream if you would. It's actually... The lighting is kind of weird right now, so I'm going to open up these blinds. The sun just went down, so excuse me 1 second. There we go. Now I don't look as pale. Alright, everybody. Please, if you would, go ahead and hit the like button on the stream for me. I would really greatly appreciate that. And if you are new here, please consider becoming a subscriber. I would appreciate that as well. Let's go ahead and come down here to our aircraft section, a checklist and our performance. We have to get our cargo, passengers, and fuel all situated here for the airplane. So we're just going to reference our OFP here. Looks like we are taking 16,295 pounds of a payload, of which 3,500 pounds of that is cargo. 3,530 to be exact. So let's go ahead and max out our forward cargo compartment. And we're looking for 3,530. A little bit of quick math here. All right, lovely. We have our cargo entered in now. Let's go ahead and get our passengers all situated to make sure that we have a proper payload. 16,295. We just have to increase our passengers here. It looks like it's probably going to be a full load, if you ask me. Oop, looks like we are very close to a full load. One more passenger off, but there is our payload. Perfect. We are off by 1 pound, but it's no big deal. Anyways, perfect on the payload. We have that all situated, and now the block fuel is going to be 8,058 pounds. We will enter that. Lovely. We will set the payload in the simulator, and that is looking stellar. Okay, next thing we're going to do is just going to take care of our takeoff conditions now. It looks like we do have snowy runways here in Rochester, so we're just going to go ahead and set our speeds now as well. All right, wonderful. Go ahead and clear those warnings. We can get rid of that. We're going to come back down here to the FMC and start programming everything. I'm flying the United CRJ-900 from Rochester to Boston on your real flight simulator. Nice, Chris. Well, enjoy and happy landings to you. Hopefully you get there nice and safe. Adam, what's going on, my friend? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and just get the simulator volume cranked. We want to hear the airplane running in the background, right? So it's just not me talking over all that lovely sound. All right, let's get everything going, folks. We're going to go Kilo, Romeo, Oscar, Charlie for our origin, and then we are going to go Kilo, Echo, Whiskey, Romeo for our destination. That is Newark, New Jersey, folks. Our alternate, IAD, lovely, Kilo, India, Alpha, Delta, Washington. I wouldn't be opposed to that. We have a direct departure, direct to Hank, Hotel Alpha November Kilo Kilo. There we go. From there, we are hopping on the Quebec 140 airway. And then on there to the Cody, Kilo Oscar Delta Echo Yankee. Populate that in, and then from there we are going right to our arrival. Wonderful. Let's get our departure all set. Looks like we are departing runway 4. Oh, I lied. We're going runway 10 now. It was runway 4 earlier this afternoon. Okay. I don't mind that. We have runway 10 entered in here now. And let's get back to our... Oh, we got to execute that in. And now let's get back to our arrival. And let's plan for an ILS runway 4 right arrival in Newark, taking the Flossie 4 star using the HNK transition, which is on the second page here. Lovely. And we'll go ahead and exec that in as well. Let's take a look at our flight plan and just make sure everything is looking okay with our legs. And just see that we don't have any discontinuities. There is one that we need to get rid of. There we go. There's our vector for our arrival. We'll get rid of that now. Lovely. Okay. I am pretty well happy with that. But before we go any further, folks, we just need to check all of that out on our navigation display and just make sure that all that's going to look well. Also, the United CRJ-700 is operated by SkyWest. It sure is. I believe it says it on the outside of the airplane. Yep, there it is right there. Operated by SkyWest. Well, you can kind of see it. We can zoom in. There you are. Operated by SkyWest. Lovely. Getting back inside the flight deck now to continue on. I'm going to go now. It's getting late. All right, Foot, take care, my friend. Thank you for popping in. Greatly appreciate you as always. Okay. What were we doing? Oh, yes. Checking our flight plan in the navigation display. We're going to bring our format over to plan, and we're going to come down here and just simply cycle through each and every single one of these waypoints here just to make sure that everything looks fine. There's our departure right here, leaving Rochester, runway 10. We have a straight out departure there, right to Hank Beeps Xtall. Oops, we need to be on the legs page for this. There we go. There is Hank Peeps. Why is this not letting me... Are we not on the plan tab? No, we're not, are we? Yeah, no, that's the plan tab. Why can we not... Oh, you know why? Exec. Ha, that's why. I feel dumb. Alright. Let's scroll through the flight plan here. Just make sure that everything looks okay and that we're not going to have any surprises. Oh, that looks fine to me. Right on in for the ILS. Right into runway 4. Right. Alright, I am perfectly fine with that. Nothing else that we need to do as far as messing with that goes. We never put in our flight number, by the way, which today is Uniform Alpha 4385. There we go. Lovely. Let's go get our perfinite ready to go. You like that, Burner? None, yeah. Man, that's funny, huh? I gave myself a chuckle with that, doing that earlier. I hope it gives everybody else a chuckle as well. But anyways, let's copy perfinite data into the FMS. Now that we kind of have everything that we need. So there we go. That has been copied over. We even have our trim value that we need to set here in our center of gravity. We're going to come back over here to our performance tab. Everything has been entered in for us, which is absolutely lovely. We just need to grab our cruising altitude, which for today's flight is going to be 31,000 feet. We will see about that. I am not very confident in that, but we'll just have to see. Right, awesome. Departure and arrival, that's all set and ready to go. Right, we took care of our flight plan. There shouldn't be anything else more that we need to do as far as that is concerned. Our performance has all been calculated. That is all good to go. Nothing we need to do here. Alright, I do believe that we are pretty much set with programming the FMC, folks. Let's start with the autopilot now, shall we? Well, have to get our format tab back to the right spot. There we go. Like we just mentioned, we are going up to a cruising altitude of 31,000 feet. I can see it turning in the bottom right-hand or upper right-hand corner of the first officer's panel here, navigation display, his little doodads, his screens, whatever you want to call them. We need to grab our runway heading for runway 10, which should be... It's a short runway for this one, 6,402 feet. Should be 100 perfectly on the runway heading, which we should have expected, but you always just want to make sure. V2 plus 10 is what we're going to want for our speed setting, which is going to be 152. But due to that short runway, guys, I think we are going to switch this up a little bit and go flaps 20 for takeoff, just to ensure that we can kind of get out of here as fast as we can. Because I'm not messing around with that in any way, shape, or form. So that has been set now, and we'll click Set All on that, and then we will copy the perfinite data back in. So that's going to give us a little bit more room to work with as far as the runway is concerned, which means our V2 plus 10 is going to be 134. Which makes it 144. So there we go, set 144. There we go, looking lovely. There's nothing else we need to do with that but get our flight directors armed, looking groovy. Okay. Next, we're going to come down here to the lower panel. We are going to get our stab trims engaged, our mock trim engaged. Same thing with our yaw dampers. We will get those on as well. We are now going to come up to the overhead panel, and it's time to fire up the APU. We are going to press the APU power switch, come down here, and ensure that we see the APU door is going to be open. There it is. We have an open symbol now, which means we can hit start on the APU, and she is going to fire up. It is Rochester, Rochester, New York. A very snowy Rochester, New York, although for whatever reason, this airport currently has snow upon snow everywhere, and apparently it's just a problem with winter weather in the simulator in general, and just makes our taxiways just completely covered, regardless if it's snowing or not, and that's just kind of really annoying, but oh well. Does United also have a call sign Wisconsin? They may. I'm not entirely sure, to be completely honest with you. Alright, get back inside the flight deck here and continue our preparations. The APU has successfully fired up, which means our APU generator is set to auto, which means we can get our ground power off, which it's already off by default. We never got our DC service lights on, or service power on either. Tell me that she's not bad? She indeed is. Alright, we're going to go ahead and dismiss the ground power unit. We no longer need that. And we are going to come back upstairs and get our air conditioning turned on as well. Our recert fan on, and we'll get our air conditioning on as well. We have to set our cabin pressure for our landing elevation here. Our landing elevation is... that chart. 17 feet. Okay. 17 feet. And the way you do that is you look there. You look down here. There we go. On 20. Perfect. And then we have to set the cruising altitude, which actually, you know what? Yeah, no, we don't have to do that. Only our landing elevation we have to set. That's all set and ready to go, so now we don't have to worry about forgetting about that. We are going to come down here and get our windshield heats on. Our probes as well, seeming as we are just about to push. And we are going to get our hydraulic pumps on as well. Looking good there. We can go ahead and throw on our beacons also, seeming as we are about to push back and get out of here. Our seatbelt signs are confirmed into the on position, and our no smoking sign is set to auto. Lovely. We are pretty much ready to go here, folks. Hello, Mama. Welcome. Thank you for being here, as always. Greatly appreciate that. We're going to come back up top as well and get our fuel pumps on also. There we go. She is pretty much set up for a good pushback here, folks. So let's go ahead and ask GSX to push us back. No, we're not going to take the de-icing treatment.
Icing conditions. Please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Captain, the cabin is secure.
We're getting cabin announcements. The British cabin announcements that I can't seem to ever get rid of.
We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Ready for pushback. Lovely. Please hurry and connect to the airplane. We would like to get out of here. Let's go inspect his work. Are you just going to squeeze right underneath there? Yep, there he goes.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
His two little legs just dangling out the bottom there. This is so much faster now, by the way. They definitely improved the time. You fixed it? Yes, I did. They definitely did a lot of improvements to the timing of how long it takes for pushback and everything like that. That the tug just connects so much faster now. And so doesn't he, as far as, you know, the groundwork is having a pep in their steps. So thank goodness for that. That was infuriating. But we have to set our trim, which is 7.2, which is down here. There we go. Okay. We need to push back to our right, please.
Release parking brakes.
Releasing our parking brake.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until
Icing
push completed
conditions.
and brakes set.
We are going to take off with our anti-ice on, but we don't need it for now. Alright, we are starting to push back, folks, which means it is engine start time. We're going to get our ignition over to continuous. We're going to start our right-hand side first. Going into start, you're going to hear the packs turn off. Let's come down here. We have N2 rotation, and one is rotating as well. And we have oil pressure starting to build also. At about 22% N2, we will introduce fuel flow and get the engine started. Enjoy. Sounds are going up. Kind of a quiet airplane, at least on this side. Alright, sounds like we have a good start there. Let's head back into the flight deck and just confirm that she is starting nicely. Which she is. There go our cabin announcements, so enjoy those. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn our left-hand side. Same procedure coming over here. We have N2 rotation, and one is rotating as well. Oil pressure coming alive. Set our parking brake for these guys. Same procedure, guys. 22% N2, we will engage fuel flow and get our left-hand engine started. Pop over the wing and have a listen.
In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
Alright, sounds like we have a good start of engine number 1. Oh, maybe not. We did not have a good start of engine number 1. What happened? It's not good. What did I do wrong? What-oh, folks. There she goes. Alright, that was weird. We're just going to monitor that again, just to make sure it's not going to happen once more. Not sure what the deal with that is. Confirm with them we have good engine start. There we go. Now we have good engine start. Weird. Good thing we caught it. Obviously we were going to catch it. But, there we go. Engine number 1 coming to life. Okay, lovely. We can go ahead and get continuous ignition off. We no longer need that. We will go ahead and stop our APU as well. We're going to go ahead and get our taxi lights turned on. Also, everything else is looking perfectly fine up top. Lovely. Go ahead and get a flight control surface test done, I suppose.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Looking good on that side.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Looking good on that side as well. Let's get our flaps down to 8 degrees. Oh no, we're going to go 20 degrees percent, so it's 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. There we go, and just like that, little airplane, little flaps, which means fast action. We are pretty much ready to go here, everybody. We just got to wait for our gentleman over there to give us the go-ahead. We have our flaps set to 20, gears looking good, no warning signs, no master cautions or master warnings, I think we are all set to go, guys. Gotta wait for him to wave us off, the have a good trip thing to pop up over here, and then we should be set to go. And there is the have a good trip. Let's get a look outside again, now that she is up and running. Taxi lights are on and ready to go. Let's go flying, folks. Let's get our logo lights on also. There we go. You can barely tell that they're on right now, but we're going to need them soon. Alright, let's get out of here, guys. We're going to come over here, release our parking brake, and we should start rolling naturally on our own here with the parking brakes released, which we are. A slow roll has been established. Let's give us some power, though. Let's get the airplane underway. Now, when I tested this flight out earlier today, I kind of had a little bit of a taxi mishap that I'm not going to let happen again, and that's just because I did a little bit of research into this airport and the state of it in Microsoft Flight Simulator and just how poor the state of it has been the whole time. The simulator has been released, and I just didn't realize how poor of a job Asobo did with this airport, to the point of where they don't have ATC. So if you want to... You're joining me? Alright, British Airways, sounds good. If you're going to try to do any IFR flying out of here, good luck. It's all VFR. And that only goes for, obviously, like the in-house Flight Sim ATC. But even right here, it says that if I take a right, I should be heading towards runway... Oh, pay attention, Michael. Runway 10, which is exactly where we're going to be wanting to go. So let's just hope that, for the love of God, this is accurate, because we're going to be taking this next left-hand turn onto Lima right here, because this is kind of a convoluted taxi route here. Just because... Do I have live players on? I do not, friend. Not today. We're going to cross runway 10 and 28, which you would never do right here, but we have to, because taxiway Alpha, the intersection between Bravo, Delta, and Alpha that we were just heading towards when we pulled off the ramp, Alpha isn't animated there. At least I couldn't see it, and I think that's because all of these snow-covered taxiways, I taxied right by it earlier and got myself all confused and spun around. And I'm really just trying to avoid that. But you'll be able to turn on from Alpha to Alpha up here from Hotel. So we're just going to take Hotel right here. Yeah, sorry about that, British Airways. Every now and then I do multiplayer flights. I'll usually just put that right in the title if it's going to be multiplayer. So keep a lookout for those. See, like now this taxiway isn't snow covered, but the other one is, man. Like, who the heck knows? But yeah, we just kind of had to take that little detour with our taxiing just to avoid getting lost because of the snow-covered runways and such. But what a wonderful looking winter's afternoon, evening here in Rochester, New York. You just subbed? Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Turn and burn, you know it. We're going to take taxiway November up here. Get our nose lights on too, just so we can see a little bit. But yeah, something's just definitely messed up with this airport in general. May I ask what your setup is? You sound so pro. You use a HOTAS joystick. I'm using right now. Hold on, just let me make sure I'm not gonna taxi the wrong direction here. Right now I'm currently using the Thrustmaster Boeing Yoke setup with the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant, with a couple of different customized attachments on it. That's my current setup at the moment. We got to take a left onto Alpha up here. And in regards to this microphone, it's just a FiFine mic. But if you look and you type in !peripherals in the chat, I believe that command is still working from Nightbot, and it should give you all of my equipment listed out if you are curious for everything that I use. Where am I going? You see, I just did it again. I messed myself up. I'm so used to departing runway 4. We've done runway 4 twice now when I've been practicing this flight. So we're going to do a little ingenuity here. And we're just going to take a right onto Alpha 3, taxi onto runway 4, and turn onto taxiway Echo like we were originally supposed to do. Gosh. Taxiing this airport the past couple of days have been a real challenge. Oh man, only me though, huh? Or if I just simply paid attention to what I was doing, I don't think this would happen as much. Give ourselves a little bit of throttle, seeing as we are about to get on a peripherals. There it is. There's all my stuff. What's going on, Ryan? You changed your name, I remember that. My silly mistake, not paying attention to where I was taxiing, causing us some delays. Scheduled departure time was 5:40, so we left way early, but who cares? Getting out of here a little early. Everybody was accounted for. All the passengers were here, so you know what? Let's get home early, shall we? I'm sure nobody else is going to mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
I mean, I'm not sure where the flight attendant got that information, because I didn't say anything, but... Okay. We're going to come up here and get our landing lights on now. We are going to get our strobes on as well in preparation for departure from lovely Rochester, New York, heading to Newark, everybody. Enjoy. We're going to turn the simulator volume all the way up here. You do the same flight plan and citation. Nice, man. Yeah, you can see my route is right up in the top there. Go ahead and take her down, and we'll see you there. Alright, just before we turn onto the runway here, let's go ahead and get our sim volume all the way up, which it is. Enjoy the departure, folks. Should be a good one. About 40 minutes or so, 44 minutes or so on this first leg. So let's get on out of here. We're having a hard time rolling for some reason. So give us a little bit more power to get us moving. Alright, bringing our throttle levers up to 40%. Alright, and into takeoff power, folks. Enjoy. What? Rotate. And up we go, folks. Positive rate of climb gear coming up. Climb up and hold about 15 degrees pitch for now. Climbing nice and steadily like a rocket at about 3,000 feet per minute as we shake off these bumps. Alright, engines are going into climb power here. And the nose is going to be lowered just a smidge as we begin a right-hand turn to get on course. Bringing our wings level here. Continuing on our climb, holding our speed right where we are right now should be good. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bring flaps up to 8. We're going to set our speed up to 180, and then we are going to engage our nav mode in speed mode and get our autopilot engaged. And there is autopilot, folks, going to take over for us. We're going to go ahead and get our flaps complete. Well, we're going to set our speed to 200 knots first, and then we are going to bring our flaps clean. Slats as well, and increase our speed to 250 knots. So there is no auto throttle in this airplane, folks. I can explain that very quickly. Are we a cab or in an aircraft? In an aircraft. Remember, folks, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button on this stream. I would really greatly appreciate that. If you are enjoying the lovely Aerosoft CRJ-700, please go ahead and drop a like on the video as well. If you're liking everything in general, please, for Pete's sake, consider becoming a subscriber. I would love being your virtual captain 3 nights a week, usually Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Please, subscribe. We would all greatly appreciate that. But anyways, as I was saying, this airplane does not have an auto throttle, folks. We need to go ahead and get our anti-ice on, because I just know we're gonna encounter ice up here, so we're just not taking any chances. The airplane doesn't have an auto throttle. Instead, what you have is you have speed control here, and what that'll do is it's kind of just like using like a continuous climb mode or a max climb mode, more like continuous climb, where you can set your speed and your airplane will bring your pitch to match that with your climb, and your engine power stays the same the entire time. That's exactly what we're dealing with here. So pretty cool. Same thing with the descent as well. It's a very manual descent, and you need to really be paying attention to what you are doing as well. Autopilot is too complicated. You know, I used to think that every now and then, but alright, we're gonna bring the volume down now. Let's jump outside. Lovely, lovely airplane. Already at almost 10,000 feet. Remember, folks, too, if you want to join my official Discord, the link to the Discord is in the chat there. Go ahead and sign yourself up and enjoy the camaraderie that you are going to come across in there for sure. Alright, we got to get back in the flight deck here. We are about to go above 10,000 feet. There it is, which means we can increase our speed to 290. That is going to be our climb speed for the first leg. While coming up top, we're also going to get our taxi lights and landing lights off as well. Everything else is looking awesome up here. Nothing we need to worry about. No master alarms, nothing like that. Seatbelt signs are still on. We still have our anti-ice on. Get out of here, to a ball panel. Trim is doing its thing on its own. The APU door is closed. Everything's looking good there. Fuel flow's looking fine. Oil temperatures are good. Engines are performing just the way they should. Alright, as we accelerate onward up towards 290 knots, we can pop over to the wing view and hang out for now. Actually, no, we'll come over here. We can hang out for now as we climb towards our cruising altitude of 31,000 feet. At 18,000 feet, which is transition, we'll go ahead and get some tunes turned on. Ooh, I hear Discord going off in the background. Alright, so I was just looking at the Discord there, seeing what was going on. Nothing too crazy. How are we doing as far as our climb is concerned? Looks like we are still doing well, climbing at 2,600 feet per minute, just surpassing 15,000 feet now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
We are now serving sandwiches, ladies and gentlemen. Peanut butter and jelly or cheese. That's all you get. We aren't known for being the most luxurious airline here now, are we? I love flying the CRJ, guys. Absolutely love it. It's just a super cool little regional jet. Nothing too complicated about it. Nothing too complicated at all, folks. Approaching transition altitude. Like I said, that means that the tunes are going to be coming on. Really going to have to change up the volume on my music here, seeming as I have to have the simulator sound so high to even get the slightest bit of sounds out of these engines. There we go. Let me just adjust that just a little bit. And now we will bring the music on as well. And let me do a quick audio check from my phone. Excuse me. Right, lovely. All right. Altimeters are all set and good to go. We aren't getting bumped around too much here, but we're gonna keep the fasten seatbelt sign on just for now. Just makes me wonder, are we going to be okay when it comes to... Top of our descent is here, so we're only going to be cruising for just like a minute or two. A minute or two tops. What altitude are we calling to be at by Cody? Supposed to be at 310, but we'll make it just barely. Rocket shipping all the way up here just to barely make it, huh? What's up with this Minecraft music, yeah. Alright. Ah, man. We have about, until we reach our destination, folks, 197 nautical miles. So, as mentioned, this flight isn't a very long one. You know what, one thing we didn't do is, because this is the first time I've flown this airplane on stream, is I didn't get our nose camera set up. There we go. Come back outside now, or into the cabin. Got a bail? Alright, Dad, love you. Talk to you soon. Thank you for stopping in. How do you get the window view? You gotta set up your custom views, my friend. I would go on to Google and research a tutorial in regards to that. It's just a little bit complicated to explain when you're in here flying. Yeah, no problem, man. It's pretty simple. It's not as complicated as you think. It just kind of requires going up here and messing with your camera, and I'm not sure what your key bindings are for any of your views, but essentially the long or the short of it is you come out here, you go into your views, you go into pilot, co-pilot. Now, whatever key binding you have set up to move yourself across the cockpit, go all the way left as far as you can. Just hold that button down until it can't go no more. Then hit pilot. And now you're outside of the airplane. And then what you do is you save your custom view from here, and then activate the custom view, and once you do that, it will enable you to be able to move the camera view around and then resave it to where you want it. So, that's it. That's all it is. Oops, gotta put ourselves back on pilot though. There we go. We are getting pushed along 557 knots on the ground speed here, folks. Holy Toledo. It's got to be some kind of record. 558 knots on the ground speed. Holy moly. That is an absolute rocket ship of a ride, folks. So much so that let's level off here at 30,000 then. My gosh, there's no need for us to be going any faster. My goodness. The scenery is looking nice out there, though. If we wanted to, we could come outside the cabin and check everything out. But I kind of like being inside the cabin. Seeming as this is the view that you would have, and if you wanted to see a little bit farther forward, I suppose you could come over here and look outside at those lovely mountains if you wanted to. What's it looking like on the other side? Just as nice. Got to take manual control of our throttle here, seeming as we have reached our cruising altitude and we need to get ready to descend, folks. Looks like 7,000 feet is going to be the altitude of which we are going to want to get down to initially. 7,000 feet. And then what you're going to see is when it's time to descend, we're going to go into vertical speed mode, and you'll see exactly what we'll have to follow pop up right here. You follow that little green dot all the way down, and we'll get down nice and safely and manage our top-up descent like no one's business. As soon as we see it, we'll pop ourselves into vertical speed mode and lower our engine power. There it is, vertical speed mode is going to be initiated, and we are going to start our way down, folks, while also reducing engine power. Alright, lovely. Descent has started, my friends. We're crossing like a river, but massive. Remember, guys, hit the like button on this video. Would really greatly appreciate it. Just a reminder, too, there are some more streams coming up this week as well, folks. On Thursday, we will be at Japan Airlines, everybody. Same start time, 5 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be in the PMDG Boeing 737-800, folks. We are going from Fukuoka to Osaka and then to Tokyo. That is again on Thursday. Should be really fun. Saturday, we will be back in the Phoenix A320, folks, where we will be doing Jetstar in the Phoenix A320. We are going from Christchurch, New Zealand to Wellington over to Auckland. Should be really fun on that one. I'm going to go tour around New Zealand now that the world update is out. And then Sunday, folks, we are going to be in Alaska flying the Douglas DC-3. In lovely desert air cargo colors, going from Anchorage to Chinega Bay and then heading over to Cordova. So should be a fun one there too, folks. Always try to mix it up with the airplanes that we fly, you know what I mean? Just try to give everybody the most variety that I possibly can out of my streams, you know? Carefully managing our descent here. This is what you have to watch when it comes to this airplane, is you're watching your speed and you're watching this little star here, because that about lets you know where you're at as far as your descent is concerned. Once that little star reaches the center of your artificial horizon here, see, now we're starting to come up, which means we can slow our descent rate just a little bit. As we continue to slow down and make our arrival into Newark. And this is going to be the last song as well, folks. There you go. That is quite an exceptional view, I must say. Always so impressed by the lighting with this simulator. I've said that a million times, I'll say it a million more times. Absolutely stunning, folks. Alright, we are coming up to transition altitude here, which means we need to take ourselves out of standard mode, which we just have. And which means the music is coming off now, folks. And the simulator volume is going to increase. How many nautical miles are we from Newark? At the moment, it is looking like we are about 105 nautical miles out. Alright, let's go ahead to our charts and just make sure we have all of our charts set up and ready to go for our arrival to runway 4 left. You're 80, but you've been overspeeding? Oh boy, yeah, we don't do that here, man. I don't want to hear those noises the whole time. Alright, let's check on our weather here in Newark. Winds coming in 310 at 11, gusting at 18, visibility is 10, which is great, few clouds at 10,000, fine, ceiling is at least 12,000, temperature 52 degrees Fahrenheit, altimeter 299.7, nothing really to be concerned with. A little gusty for this airplane, but we'll be able to make it with no problem, I reckon. We're also going to start slowing the airplane down now. We are going to slow down to about 270, so we're going to close our throttle levers to idle. Actually slow up on our descent rate just a little bit. There we go. Lovely. In preparation for going below 10,000 feet, we will get our landing lights on as well. We'll be making a big old turn here, folks, any second. There's the big turn. We got to add our own engine power here. Probably should have a bank limit set here so our passengers aren't going through anything too crazy, but oh well. That was a very sharp turn that they were asking us to make, I can tell you that very much. But what a turn. Give us some engine power now for 250. We still have quite a little ways to go here. We are going to level off at 7,000 feet. Autopilot, what are you doing? My goodness. Okay. First thing we need to do is we're going to come down here, turn up our brightness just a little bit more down here. That's all the way. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what we're going to do is make sure our nav radios are set properly for ILS runway 4 right. Or 4 left, rather. Wait, are we going in 4 left or 4 right? 4 right, and I have 4 left here on my approach. Dear gosh. There we go, good thing I noticed that. 108.7 for our lovely nav radios down here. There we go, okay. Good for me. And that is going to be for our ILS as well. Continue on down on a slow descent. Very slow descent. That's our next constraint here. So we're going to be at 20,000 or at 7,000 even until shaft. So we're going to get that off and we're just going to hold our altitude right here at 7,000 feet. Once we pass shaft, we have to start descending down. Look at our arrival chart here. We are perfectly at 7,000, which is where we want to be. Watch our speed. No auto throttle, folks. Remember, we have to watch our speed. If we do not, things like that will happen. SAX is still falling, calling for 11,000 or 7,000 feet. Which makes perfect sense because we are still quite the distance away. If we want to go ahead and really get a look at what we're expecting, we can just move our format over to plan. We can come over to our legs just like we have them. And we can zoom in too. Just so we can see what we are going to be expecting. So there's Hoikier. Now you can see here we got to be above 2,800 feet by the time we get to Gritty. and then 17 by Boeing, and so on and so forth. So 2,800 feet is going to be the next altitude that we are going to shoot for once we pass Filbo here in GAX. So we're getting pretty close. 57 nautical miles away from Newark. Over top of Greenwood, nice. And right about here, we're going to start descending down to probably, I want to say, a good 4,000 feet. By the time we get to Hokier, out here, it's looking like they are wanting us to be at 3,500. So that's what we are going to shoot for. So let's get down to 3,500 here with our autopilots. Go 3,500. And once we pass Sachs here, Sachs, localizer will be tuned. Okay. Got it, as it should be. Should I check my nav radio here to find out exactly what's going on? No, we have everything set up. Localizer's right there. I don't know what this thing's talking about. Alright, we're going to start descending now. And our speed's going to come back. Which is giving us a nice, easy descent rate right there. About 800 feet per minute or so, which is what we're going to be sitting at to make our descent to Hocker at 3,500 feet. Sorry I'm not being near as interactive and goofy here, folks. Just this descent just with this airplane just requires a good amount of concentration, so trying to focus on that so we don't mess up our arrival at all. Easy to do with this one, guys. This airplane gets away from you fast if you let it. And not having a first officer really makes things complicated when you're trying to do all this by yourself. Especially getting bumped around by turbulence like the way that we are. Makes me interested to see what this arrival is truly going to be like, but I am confident. Alright, here go our speeds here. We're going to set that all and set our VREF already. You think flying a license is difficult? I mean flying a license. Oops. Flying a little Cessna? No. I have flown a Cessna 172 before. While the controls, I could say, were very touchy, difficult as far as handling it goes, no. I actually found it was quite pleasant. But that was years and years and years ago. I was in high school when that happened. One thing I just noticed. TCAS was never turned on. Whoops. No one saw that. No one saw a thing. Do you all understand me? Alright, we can get our decision height entered in now. Our MDA is looking like it is 600. We're still doing all right here. We're going to get the airplane slowed down just a little bit more, guys. We're going to shoot for probably right now about 210 knots. So start bringing our engine power back nicely here. When we level off, it'll definitely help with slowing us down. Bank turned off now. Giving us some power back to the engines as we are leveling off. I want to make sure that we are not going to get ourselves in a dangerous situation. Here goes a left-hand turn. Just touchdown, nice. Take over manual heading control. And we need to start descending to 2,800 feet. And get ourselves going down. And I think it's safe to say we can come over here and we can turn on approach mode. Have ourselves in localizer mode as well. Descending down to 2,800 feet. We're about 10 miles out until we turn on to final here, folks. Just making sure that our speed is looking good, which it is. Make sure that we have our VREFs all set and ready to go, which they are. Looks like our VREF is going to be about 138 knots.
Please notice the cabin lights have been turned off, as this is a normal procedure for a nighttime landing.
Adjust our angle here a little bit so we can make it a little bit nicer for us to capture. And start slowing the airplane down just a tad bit more as well. Looking for about 180 here. go, reaching our altitude of 2800, heading right towards our intercept for the ILS. Should bring us right in with no problems, guys. Enjoy the arrival. We're going to get our replay going as well. Or recording at least. And there it is, confirmed recording. We are also going to get our slats open as well. Maybe even flaps 8 also. Should be capturing the ILS any second here. Getting established on the localizer, hopefully. Just in case we're not on a proper enough angle, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of help here. But there it is. We have been established on the localizer now. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Next altitude is 1,700 feet. Let's get our VREFs all set here. Flaps come to 20 degrees. We are now on the glide scope. We're almost about 5 miles out from the runway threshold. Start slowing the airplane down some more. Get ready for the gear to come down. And we are going to turn the simulator volume all the way up. Enjoy, everybody. The arrival into Newark. Okay, the gear is going to come down, folks. Get our thrust reversers armed. Our speed brakes are already armed, so that is fine. And flaps down to 30. Go over manual control at 1,000 feet. Enjoy the arrival.
$1,000.
goes those winds pushing us around just a little bit. Floaty McFloat.
10.
Just before the touchdown marker, and down we go. All right. Floaty McFloaterson. But alas, we have made it, folks. Welcome to Newark. Take her all the way down to the end here because we landed super late, but no big deal. Welcome, folks. Welcome to Newark, New Jersey, indeed. Alright. As we keep ourselves going here, let's go ahead and get our flaps situated all the way up. Let's go ahead and release our speed brake and find out exactly where the bleep we are going here, because I have no idea. So stop the airplane basically just for a moment. Alright, cool, going the right way. So we're going to taxi straight across from your mic here, keep our landing lights on and strobes on for that, seeing as we are going to be crossing an active runway. Let me get our APU started. Can't forget about that. Okay, APU is firing up. Ooh, we just had a little bit of a glitchy mess there. Get ourselves all back straight. Wow, this airplane is picking up speed, huh? Holy. Slow on down, Mr. Airplane, huh? Holy cow. Booking it. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed leg number 1 of 2, everybody. This is going to take us to Providence afterwards once we get all pulled up to our gate here and settled. Hope everybody has enjoyed themselves so far. We are parking nowhere near the right area, but this is a United gate right in front of us, so we will take it. It's appropriate. Whoa. What in the world? Is it just me, or is... Yeah, well, I am blind as a bat tonight, folks, so don't mind us. We're just going to do a little, do-to-do-to-do. Having an extremely hard time taxiing today. And there we go, like a glove. Get our parking brake set for us. We'll go ahead and get our flaps back down to 30. And watch this lovely floaty landing that we just had. We'll get our lights back on as well and get our strobes back on. The hell is our dome light? Get that on for us, my gosh. There we go. Alright. Flaps are looking good. Everything's looking good there. We gotta get our reversers armed, which they still are. Alright, let's head back to our wing view and get replay view number 1. There we go, enjoy.
The captain aborted the takeoff. Please remain in your seat.
The captain aborted the takeoff, huh? We floated the ever-loving hell out of this one, guys. Absolutely floated and floated. Where the winds were giving us a little bit of trouble, but we kept her straight. The start of the float. All right. Can get a look from the other side, I suppose, see if it's any different. Oh yeah, it's a nice pretty view out there. With the moon. Go into the blank live screen as well.
Don't sink.
God, don't sink alarms.
Don't sink. Don't sink. 1,000. Don't sink.
Don't worry, we were not getting those alarms on our actual arrival,
Don't
folks.
sink.
It's just Microsoft Flight Simulator being Microsoft Flight Simulator. Simple as that.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
500. 500.
Don't sink. Don't sink. 400. Don't sink.
How much longer until we head on over to Providence? Well, my
Don't sink.
intermissions are about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we jump right back in and start programming the airplane. So yeah,
Don't sink.
probably about another like 10 minutes from now.
Don't sink.
So we are just going to get this replay view here, and then shut down the engines and
Don't
move
sink.
on.
100. Don't sink.
50, 40,
Don't
30.
sink.
20. 10.
All right, sounds good, man. All right, awesome. 2 replays done. We don't really have any other views that we can use unless we want to get outside very quickly. Yay! Barely just made it to the end of the touchdown markers there. Alright guys, wonderful. We're going to go ahead and hop back inside the cabin here, and we are going to just simply go ahead and do the taxiing all over again. Looking wonderful. Come back down here, get our parking brake still set for us. Alright, we got a brakes hot master warning message. It's probably because we just cooked the ever-loving hell out of them. Let's go ahead and get ourselves shut down. APU is running. We are running off APU. Let's go ahead and disconnect our fuel pumps. We no longer need those. Same thing with our landing lights and taxis. Strobes, same thing. Beacons, same thing. Everything else is looking good here. We can go ahead and get our heats off now. We no longer need that. Lovely. Let's look outside. And jetway disappeared. All the jetways are gone, so it looks like we're not going to get any jetway action. But anyways, folks, like I said, give it about 5 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and get reset and head on over to Providence from Newark, everybody. So give me just a few moments. Enjoy the Be Right Back tunes while I get everything tuned up here. Be right back. Alright everybody, sorry about that. Took a little while. I had to restart the entire simulator just so we didn't run into any struggles like we did with the jetways connecting or anything like that as we did before. Anyways, we are currently sitting here in Newark and we are getting ready to get on out of here and head on to Providence, everybody. This flight is extremely short. Gamer Jude, what's going on? Welcome. Let's go ahead and get inside the flight deck here. We are still in turnaround mode. There's not much that we need to do other than come down here to our little FMC and our little doodad here, EFB, whatever you want to call it, and get our weights and balances all set up and ready to go. So we're simply just going to refer to our flight plan for that. Looks like we're looking for a excuse me, total payload of 16,463 pounds. So what we're going to adjust first is I always like to maximize our forward cargo, and then come on back here and tack on the rest of the weight. So we have 1,300 there, and we're taking 2,698. So we're going to need 2,398 here. Oops. I always think that's the enter button. There we go. Enter. Lovely. And now for our payload, because we need 16,443, we just simply add passengers until we reach about that, which is right there. 69 passengers. There is one empty seat on this airplane, guys. Excuse me, my throat is all of a sudden raspy as all get out. Let me get a drink. Okay. Here we go. Block fuel, 7,334 pounds. Did it again. Enter that in, looking good. We're going to go ahead and set the payload in the simulator. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at our FMC now. We're going to come over to our position in it. We're going to get that reset for us. Then we're going to come over here to our routing. We're going to do Kilo Echo Whiskey Romeo. That is for Newark. You want to fly with me? Where am I? I am in Newark right now, but I do not have my, I do not have multiplayer on, my friend. Unfortunately, I apologize about that. I do not have multiplayer on. Okay, and it looks like we are going for our route. I'm like having like a mini allergy attack over here. For our route, it looks like we are going direct to Bays. Oh, what are we talking about? We're going to get our alternate in there and everything else. What are we doing? Our alternate is JFK. That's interesting. But it does make sense, though. And our flight number, again, continuing on as United Airlines 4385. Alright, awesome. We have everything entered in there that we need. We are going, like we said, direct to Bays. B-A-Y-Y-S. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. My throat is just all of a sudden like on fire right now, and I'm not exactly sure why. But I'm sure I'll get over it. It happens often. Some type of allergy thing, I believe. From there, we are going direct to Seal. From Seal, we are hopping on the Victor 188 Airway. From there, we are going to GON, G-O-N, Golfa Oscar, November. From there, we are hopping on the Victor 374. And we are going to Mink, M-I-N-N-K, Mike, India, November, Kilo. And then we have a direct arrival to runway 34. Okay, that makes things nice and easy, because we have a direct departure out of Newark on 4 left. And then we have a direct arrival to 34. We will take the ILS. Here we go, and it's direct. We'll just take those vectors. And we'll execute that in. Come over here to our legs. Let's just look and make sure we don't have any discontinuities. Figured there was going to be one there. But we'll get rid of that. Alright, and everything else looks pretty good to me. let's take a look at our plan page and just make sure that everything is looking right as far as our departure is concerned. Oh, it says we got to exec again. My gosh. Alright, going ahead, going through our departure, that's looking fine for us. Coming over here to Mink, looking good. And then direct into 3-4 right. Super simple flight plan, folks. Nothing too crazy. Very short as well. We are cruising at 21,000 feet, but I doubt if we will even make that. That, in my opinion, sounds like a long shot. 21,000 feet, huh? Okay. There you go. X side edit in progress. Okay, whatever that means. Oh, you know what? That's this. That's this. Copy perfect. It's a FMS. There we go. Now we should be able to enter our... or not. X side edit in progress. I'm unsure as to what that means. X side edit in progress. I don't quite understand. Or is it because we have our... That wouldn't make much sense now, would it? Oops. Huh. X side edit in progress. What does that mean? Anybody have any ideas? I know you were here yesterday. Thank you for coming back. I'm not sure what this is. X side edit in progress. I have never gotten that before. X side edit in progress. Let me see if I can search anything about that. As we sit here. I'm just going to search that term right up. X side edit in progress. What does that mean? Okay. It's saying that it has something to do with our FMC over here being open. I don't really think that really makes much sense. But we're going to bring this over here to the perf page as well. And we're going to try it again. Nope. Okay. So that's clearly not the case. Let's try putting it in from here. Alright. Whatever. Okay, well apparently it was going to work off the first officer side. That's fine. At least it's in. Odd. Very, very odd indeed. How that weirdness just always seems to happen to us. But whatever, I'm not going to question it or even go any farther into it than that. Performance. Flex 2 temp, we're going to go 68. Not 21,000. Jeez. 68 on the Flex 2 temp. There we go. Okay. We should be doing pretty well here. And now I am sneezing, folks. I am doomed, absolutely, for whatever reason, just getting pummeled by whatever allergy attack I'm having right now. We need to go ahead and get our windshield heats on too high and our probe heats on as well. We are going to get our hydraulic pumps on also. That's all looking good. We will get our fuel pumps on as well. Everything is looking nice there. Bleed valves are on auto. Everything looks like it is good here. We'll get our DC service power on as well. Get our no smoking sign on and our seatbelt signs on. Emergency exit light switches are armed. Everything is looking good as far as our overhead's concerned. We just have to come down here and we need to enable our stab trim switches and our mock trim as well as our yaw dampers. Now that we've done that, pretty much everything is ready to go in regards to getting our airplane going, besides the reciprocating fan, which we do not have on, and merely more of the AC. I just hate that that's as high as the domes go. That's just so dim, man. I'm not sure if that's what it's like on the real airplane, but my gosh. Alright, pretty much everything is good to go here, folks. Nothing really inhibiting us from leaving at this point. So let's ask a good old handy GSX to help us back with a pushback here. And sure, we'll use United. Not like it matters. Coming over here to the aircraft now, we are going to close our doors and remove our wheel chocks for them.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are
Ladies and
aboard.
gentlemen, on behalf
There we
of
go,
the
we are
captain
getting
and
our
crew,
safety
welcome
announcements
aboard
again
your
from
flight.
our British
We
crew
hope you
here
enjoy
on
flying
United
with us.
Airlines.
Before takeoff, we would like to
Authenticity at its
encourage all
finest, folks.
passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety
Hello, Captain.
features of the
We're ready
aircraft.
for
Get better,
pushback.
thank you. Taxing a 2-2 right. Holding short. Alright. Oh, dude, I gotta head out. Thanks for leg 1. No problem, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for the sub. And I hope you are enjoying the channel so far. Tune in for our next stream on Thursday. Japan Airlines PMDG 737-800.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, man. Take care. God, is this lady just gonna crack our airplane up here or what's trying to get connected?
Locking gear.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get our master switches over to continuous for the ignition. And we will get our beacons on as well, letting them know that we are about to start up. And as far as our pushback is concerned, if we have a look at our airport chart here, if we are departing on runway 4 left, we are going to push back out and to our left. No. Yes, left. Okay.
Release parking brakes.
Alright, releasing the parking brake here. We're going to go ahead and turn engine number 2 first. Bringing ourselves...
Release parking brakes.
I did. Don't get any more release than that there, Chief.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
There we go. Our wheel chocks will
All
still...
engines clear. Start at will.
Alright. Getting our engines right-hand side into the start position. Coming over here, watching N2 rising. Looking good there. N1 is rising as well. Just making sure that we have oil pressure building as well, which it looks like we do. Once we hit 21% N2, we're going to come down here and initiate fuel flow from our throttle lever and get her fired up. There she goes. You can hear her coming to life. Alright, sounds like we are having a good start going on there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and procedures
Alright,
of the aircraft
lovely. We're
in
going to go
case
ahead
of
and get
emergency.
our left engine started
During an
now.
emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelt
And then over here, same thing, N2 is rotating. Set our parking brakes for our lovely ground crew quickly.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
21% N2 same procedure, introduce fuel flow, and she will get fired up.
Emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head.
Alright, and up she comes, folks.
You should turn off all electronic devices.
We're going to get our nose lights on,
We thank you
and our
for paying
taxi lights on
attention
as well.
during this brief presentation.
And we are going to let GSX know that we have had a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Alright, lovely. Looks like we have 2 good engine starts there. Continuous mode comes off. APU power comes off as well. Everything is looking good. Engine modes are... generators are on, rather. Everything looks groovy. Alright, we're going to get flaps down to 8 degrees. There they go. They are showing 8 degrees indicated. Let's check outside. That looks like 8 degrees to me.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass
Alright.
been removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Nice and lit up, everybody. Let's go to Providence, my hometown airport. Let's get out of here, folks, as soon as this guy gives us the send-off, of course. Here he is. Yep, walk all the way over there to let us know that we're good to go. Is this part faster? This doesn't seem to be any faster. They didn't seem to have edited the time of this at all. Yep, see you later, Chief. Have a nice one. Thank you for the push. And we are going to release our parking brake here. And let's get on out of here, folks. Love your videos. Thank you, Jude. Appreciate that. Jose, what's going on, my friend? Alright. We are going to runway 4 left. Nice, easy taxi for us. We are going to taxi straight here onto Romeo Juliet and take a right onto Alpha from there. Actually, no, we're going to take a right onto Bravo from there. Hope we have much better luck taxiing this time around, man. I'm not sure what was going on with me for that first leg, but dear God, I had us all over the place, folks. All over the place. Taxiway Bravo, which should be right here, and is not. But I'm thinking this is it right here, and the lovely Navigraph chart was just off, just a smidge for the live turning. That's just me being lazy and not really paying attention. Awesome stream this evening. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate that. Nice and quiet in here as we leave Newark in the CRJ, heading for Providence. Going home, folks. Going home. Love the CRJ. I'm gonna follow this big old turn here. Rochester getting wild. I wouldn't. Yeah, I know, right? Saw that. Saw that. Didn't mean to coordinate that with leaving. I actually planned this flight last night before I heard anything about that. But we're going to Providence, so I mean, choose your battles, right? And now simply follow Bravo all the way down. Well, not quite all the way down. We're going to take intersection November to turn onto the runway and take off. We don't need all 11,000 feet. Right. Rycraft, what's going on? He said, hey, didn't expect a live stream. Finished school an hour ago. Hope you're doing good, by the way. Thanks, Rycraft. I appreciate that. Yes. Should be regular live streams during the week now, starting at about 5 p.m. Eastern time each time. So make sure you're tuning in, my friend. Hope school was good for you. I guess any place has its good and bad parts. Correct, indeed it does. Indeed it does. Didn't get our, didn't get our cruising altitude set. That was almost very bad. Here comes Charlie up here. We don't want Charlie. We want November, so we want the next one. Then we're going to turn and burn, guys. Yay, that's amazing. Now I can finally enjoy my weeks. Aw, the very kind words. Very kind words indeed. Also, regular streams during the week as well now. Don't forget that. Thursday is going to be the next stream. Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Japan Airlines PMDG 737-800. Alright, we're going to get ready to go here, guys. We're going to get our landing lights on now. We've got our strobes on as well. And here is our runway. Right. I am just doing terrible today. Here it is. My gosh. Well, I just went by it, so now we're going to have to take whatchamacallit up here. I'm just doing awful with the taxiing, man. Is it nighttime? Should I just blame the nighttime? I think I'm going to. The fact that I can't see where I'm going at all. Missed our runway turn off again. Oh, don't worry, guys. We'll be fine. Alright, here we go. Enjoy the departure, everybody. V1, rotate. V2, positive brake gear coming up. Alright, taking off like an absolute rocket ship out of here, folks. We're going to start a right-hand turn to get on course. Here's the city out there, everyone. To roll out of our turn there slowly. Bring ourselves down to climb power. Get our speed set and our nav set and get our autopilot on. There we go. Underneath autopilot control now, folks. Fly right over the city. Flaps. Coming up. There goes the acceleration altitude. We're going to go up to 250. Flying right over the city, folks. And slats retract. Very cool indeed. New York City, the Big Apple. Everybody, if you haven't done so already, please consider hitting that like button for me if you are enjoying what you are seeing. Enjoying the lovely Aerosoft CRJ-700. And if you are new here and you are enjoying the stream, please consider becoming a subscriber. We would all greatly appreciate that. Becoming a subscriber. We are currently sitting at 736. My goodness, we are growing, folks. 14 more to go until we reach 750. 750, there will be a long-haul subscriber special. So please, if anyone's watching there, out there that isn't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that sub button. We would all absolutely appreciate it. Everyone's been itching for another long-haul subscriber special. I get questions all the time about what airplane we're going to be flying for and what the route is going to be. I have no idea what the answer to that question is. So please, the faster we get up to 750, folks, the sooner a long-haul subscriber special will return. British Airways is back. What's going on, my friend? Welcome. We are accelerating up to 290 knots now, which is going to be our climb speed, on our way up to 21,000 feet. We do not have a long ride at all here, folks. This flight has a scheduled airtime of 30 minutes, so not very long at all. As you can see, already ticking down there, 21 minutes to go. The flight is going absolutely fantastic, though. No complaints whatsoever. I think our passengers do deserve cabin lights. Oh wow, those are cabin lights as dim as they could get? Oh my gosh, what does it look like? Oh yeah, I can see. Well, I guess you guys are going to be sitting in the dark for now. There we go, you guys were in the dark to begin with. Didn't turn them on for them, forgot all about it. But the flight is going absolutely fantastic. We are rocket shipping our way up towards 21,000 feet. We take a look at our progress tab here. We are about 140 nautical miles away from our destination. Let's go ahead and zoom out on our range here. And we can get our dome light off as well. No longer need that up here at cruise. We're heading towards cruise. Yeah, should be pretty fun getting back down, heading to my hometown airport. I haven't flown here or landed here in quite a little while, so it's going to be fun. You saw when I did fly Dubai? Thank you. That was a fun one. I enjoy flying around in Dubai. Always enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
We are now serving sandwiches, folks. There. Get the simulator volume turned down just a little bit for everyone's eardrums and mine. I love these engine sounds, guys, but man, drilling into my eardrums via headset is very harmful. Okay. About to come up to transition altitude here. We have to go? Oh, no problem. Don't worry about it. There's going to be another stream on Thursday. I'm sure you can join. And we will see you there, Gamer Jude. We will see you there. Alright, coming up on transition altitude now, which means we will get ourselves set to standard altitude pressure of 29902 as we continue on up to 21,000 feet. We don't have much farther to go, so our top of descent is right in here. You can't really see it, but it's just ahead of us there, probably about 60 nautical miles out. Just in here. So we are coming up to it pretty quickly. Doing a flight in a KEWR, nice man. That's actually an airplane that we haven't flown on the channel yet, believe it or not. Haven't had the opportunity to do any KEWR action yet. 417 knots and climbing on the ground speed though. There's our altitude alarm. We are about 1,000 feet away from our cruising altitude. Just crazy that we had amazing luck with tailwinds the whole way today, pushing us right along. We had 550 knots on the ground speed on our way from Rochester to Newark. That was just absolutely crazy. We spawned 50 miles away. Alright, sounds good. We're going to bring our engines to a close here. We got to maintain our own throttle, of course, as we get to cruising altitude in the CRJ. So go ahead and just turn down the engine power for now. Cursor mode and toolbar panel, get out of here. Janet, what's going on? Welcome. Seems to be cruising pretty nicely up here. Like I said, we are very close. We're only going to Providence by Newark, so I mean, we're only 160 nautical miles away already. So I'm not going to throw any music on or anything like that. We're just going to go all the way through without music, because there would be no need to put music on, seeming as it's just such a short little hop. $14 more to go, guys. 14 more to go until we get to 750. You drew with a lot of subs, yeah, but I had to take a little bit of a break from streaming for a while, and I didn't really lose any subs, which is the good thing, while I had to take my little break, but definitely didn't help as far as gaining subscribers goes. How much does this CRJ-700 cost? I don't remember. I think it's 49 USD. Let me see. It is 70.58 in euro. So $74 seems is about the price. Or no, I lied. Just Flight has it for just the 500, the 550, and the 700 is $50.99, and then for the 900 and 1000, it's another $20, and I'm pretty sure you can get the full bundle for $70. He said, bring it on, Tailwind. We will gladly take it to help boost us along here and get us home. I accidentally just bumped our thrust levers. Night Microsoft Flight Simulator? Oh yes. Love flying at night. I feel like not too many people do. And as far as streamers go, so I'm more than happy to fly at night. Fly at night in any kind of adverse weather as well. I'm not afraid to fly into or anywhere, so... Right, let's get our charts ready for our arrival, shall we? We're going in on runway 34. Another thing that we forgot to do was to get our landing elevation set actually, but it only needs to go up to 60. So where is it? It's over here somewhere. Cabin pressure 1, 2, 3. That should bring us right to 60 feet. There we go. That's perfectly fine. Let's come down here and get our ILS frequencies all tuned in for us for our arrival into runway 34. How was the landing of the Antonov? It's actually pretty smooth. I think we got like minus 215 for my first time ever landing that big behemoth. Yeah. .5 on the ILS. There we go. Okay. Alright, awesome, that's looking fine. Top of descent is coming up very soon there, folks. You can see it is about to face us right there. We will start heading down to... Do we have any constraints coming up here? Just down to 17,000 by gone. So we are going to simply... We'll take her right down to 2,000 feet. That should do us perfectly fine. So we'll go ahead and get 2,000 feet put up here. Our autopilot is having a hell of a lot of fun right here trying to combat this wind that we are being pushed by. 81 knots from the tail end is kind of making us do a little bit of a swirly-durly. But we'll start with down to 10,000. Top of descent is about 7.5 nautical miles away. What you're looking at down there below us, folks, on our left, that is the city of New London. Down here that you were looking at, and Groton, that is Connecticut. Top of descent is coming up right about now, so we are going to initiate our vertical speed and follow down the suggested descent angle as our airplane continues to do all these crazy turns. Alright, TOD guys. We're going to lower our thrust levers. And we are going to start descending. And let's get our dome lights back on as well, so we can see what we are doing. Should check our flight path on Volanta. It's going all over the place. Which should I buy? CRJ-700 or AN-225? I want to know which is better. The CRJ is much better than the 225, only because of its systems complexity and the fact that it's a full-fledged study level aircraft. In regards to the AN225, once you learn the basics of getting it up, it's really fun to fly and really easy to fly, really easy to get going, and you can't beat it for the price. That and every dollar that is earned from the AN225 sales goes into rebuilding it. So, I mean, take with that information, do what you wish. But I would say as far as the better overall airplane, I'm going to have to take the Aerosoft CRJ. We're coming out of transition altitude now, tuning our altimeters back up, continuing our descent here down towards Providence. The weather outside is looking pretty much accurate to what we are seeing here. I live about 3 miles away from this airport that we're landing at, so I know it pretty well. And the weather is pretty accurate. Let's check the weather, actually. Effective 36 minutes ago. Winds 300 at 12. Visibility 10, wonderful. Few clouds at 20,000, ceiling at least 12,000. 29085 on the altimeter and 43 degrees Fahrenheit or 6 degrees Celsius. The stream is on my homepage again, so I decided to tune in. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. GSX Pro, hooray, my favorite. Oh, yeah. Gotta love good old GSX. We're going to slow down now to about 270. Remember, the one thing about the CRJ is that we do not have auto throttle, folks. This is all being controlled by us for our descent. And that's the one thing I really enjoy about flying the airplane, and one of the things I actually find really not so much challenging about it, but just intuitive, and just it's a lot more hands-on. So that's why I fly the CRJ a lot when I'm flying alone or not flying on stream. For that reason, just because it does offer just such a unique experience. We'll open up the speed brake just a little bit here, just to help slow us down. Just let me tell you, 10,000 feet comes quick. So getting down to 250 knots is pretty well needed at this point. So we have our speed brakes opened up just a little bit to slow us down. We're going to go ahead and get our landing lights on as well that we never turned off. So that's cool. Oh, man. Had our landing lights on the whole way. We were never going to have a problem finding our way home, I guess. MB Airlines? Oh, yeah. Maybe one day, right? Starting a little VA. Sounds like fun. We're going to continue to slow down the airplane as well to about 220 knots. A big old turn coming. We got to get down to 2,000 feet here. Okay, we're taking over manual heading control from the airplane again. I just don't like what it's doing. So we're going to take over control and just put ourselves in heading mode. Half bank mode too, just to make it more comfortable for the passengers back there. You don't want to give them too much of a bumpy ride. I just really don't like what the airplane was doing there. And the fact that we are already a little bit high on our descent and approach as it is, that's not really going to help things any. If we have to keep on messing with turns and just, ooh boy, we had a massive stutter there and a massive slowdown. Is the stream still on? We had a very big slowdown. Yep, we are still here. Excellent connection. Good, okay. Just want to make sure. None of those slowdowns, please. Should be quite the nice approach into Providence. Sparrow would beg to differ. I have never flown on Spirit, so therefore I do not have any opinion. I know people that have flown on Spirit, and I know someone that had nothing but good things to say about it, so I mean, who knows what to believe at this point, you know? Oops. Bumpy rides in our in-flight entertainment. Yeah, right. I always used to say that the other passengers were the in-flight entertainment, because that's truly how I felt sometimes. Let's get our approach mode on. We have already been established on the localizer, so hopefully the airplane doesn't try to kill us here. And we'll do a nice job at getting us established. There's our runway out here. There it is, putting us on the perfect intercept course, straight out ahead of us as we continue to descend towards 2,000 feet. Don't forget about the throttle.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please notice the cabin lights have been turned off, as this is a normal procedure for a nighttime landing.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and get the slats out. Well, seeming as I don't like what this is doing as far as the ILS is concerned, I am going to take over manual control of the airplane now. Probably think I'm absolutely nuts, but I think it's necessary at this point. Because I just don't like that at all. Let's get the replay going as well. There it goes. Recording nicely now. Thrust reversers, get those armed. And make a left-hand turn onto final. We're a little bit low, so we are going to level off the airplane here. We're going to bring out a notch flaps to 8 degrees. Still manually flying the airplane. Coming up on 5 miles here. Lowering the speed back some more, bringing out another notch a flap to 20 degrees. Gear is going to come down, folks. Flaps are going to come to 30. We never set our VREF. It's 138 knots. But we have that set now. Flaps to 40. Or 45. Coming into Providence, folks. A little bit high, let's fix that. There go those winds. Whoa, okay. Easy.
400. 300.
Okay, wind, I hear ya, I see ya.
200.
Ooh, there they go a little bit again. Okay.
200.
Alright, little turbulence. Ooh, boy, alright. Little power management here is going to help us out.
100.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Well, we didn't get a landing rate monitor, but that's okay, folks. Seemed to be smooth as butter to me. Welcome to Providence, folks. Welcome. Like I said, I'm not sure what the landing rate was. We did not get a flash on screen. So I apologize about that, folks, but welcome to Providence, my home airport, as mentioned.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
No center line, it was a bit late, but still butter? Okay. Please. Never mind. Come on, man. How long is this going to take for our APU to fire up? APU door closed. I asked for that to open, man. Let's go. Thank you. Alright. APU's coming to life now. As we continue along, so we can go and get parked here in Providence. Kind of a funky way we have to taxi over here. I know this airport like the back of my hand, so kind of weird how you have to do this, but is what it is. The United's parked down here, Southwest's park over here, and the gate's like 14 through like 20. And yeah, the traffic program for static aircraft doesn't populate any static traffic here, which is kind of not upsetting, but kind of doesn't kill the immersion, but I would have liked to have had it, given that this is a payware airport, so I mean, it does look pretty nice. Oops, our flaps are still up. Or down, rather. That's alright, we need them for the replay anyway. The Uniteds, I believe, park down here. Yep, there they are. So we're going to take her all the way down there. Alright, our gate is coming up right up here. We're going to take this one. All right. All right, get her right on forward here, inch her just a little bit, play with the power a little bit. And we can cheat. There we go. Looks about good. Good enough for government work. Nice parking job. Let's come over here. Let's get our parking brake set. And we are going to start the replay. Actually, we're forgetting something. Oops. There we go. Now it's appropriately set up. Start with this view first, folks. Getting overspeed alarms like a son of a gun. Alright, here we go. Enjoy this replay view, folks. And a little bit of a turbulent gustiness there towards the end that kind of pushed us around a little bit at about 500 feet or so. But that's why I love the little CRJ, is it allows you, it's a very forgiving airplane. I mean, it's so small. Forgot to turn the simulator volume up for you guys, sorry about that. Some DMB, hope you had some good flights. There were some good ones. Some good ones indeed. A little bit of a windy approach into Providence here, but nothing too crazy. Winds were calling for 13 knots, I think we said, so 12 knots. That was 57 minutes ago.
500. 400. 300. 300. 200. 200.
There's where the bump started, right there. Making us work for it, but we got her down safely.
100.
Holy.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, it was almost perfect. Nearly perfect.
FSRealistic.
Alright, we'll get a view from the other side now, guys, as well.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
I love how you always get don't sink from this angle when you're looking out the window from this side. For whatever reason, every time. And this is so accurately, well represented too to my local area as far as the landing's concerned over the bay and stuff like that. Narragansett Bay. Very cool.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
300.
Here's where the turbulence really kind of shook us around towards the end.
200.
There it is, right there. Oh
200.
yeah.
Don't sink.
Those control surfaces making us work for this one, folks.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
100. 50.
Don't
40,
sink.
30, 20, 10.
Alright. Let's go outside now. Little crosswindy action going on here. for that lovely view. The downtown Providence area out there. The city is out here, but it's not rendering in just yet. The city is out here. Oh no, you can see it out there just a little bit. Yeah, you can. That's cool. Find my house next stream? Oh boy, I'd rather not. Oh yeah, there goes that last minute turbulence it wanted to give us here. Even right up until we touched down, it was really, oh yeah, right there, nose down, giving us a little bit of trouble. But we got her nailed down and settled on the ground with no issues. Tad bit late, but not too terrible. As far as center line goes, we were off to the right hand side, but we will take it. Alright guys, this is going to be the last replay view. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in today. I appreciate every single one of you. We'll go ahead and we'll get nice and far away for this one. Enjoy it, folks. Tune in tomorrow morning. Not tomorrow morning. Tune in next week for some lovely, or next week. I'm exhausted, folks. Bear with me. Tune in Thursday for some more Flight Sim action first. And look forward to talking to you guys all then. It's been a pleasure being your captain today. A little bit of a bumpy ride here into Providence, but nothing we couldn't handle. Thursday, guys, Japan Airlines PMDG 737-800 starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Can't wait to see you guys there. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, and I will catch you all on Thursday. Don't forget to hit the like button on this stream. Turn on notifications so you never miss when I go live. And if you are new here, please consider becoming a subscriber. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great evening.
remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.